If you're a parent and your child is on Roblox, you know it's a whole world. And let's be honest, it can come with a whole world of worries. So today, we're going to cut right through the confusion. This is your practical guide to Roblox's parental controls, based on some fantastic insights from Little Dopes to help you feel way more in control of your kids' online safety. So here's the thing that catches so many parents by surprise. The moment your child's account hits the big 1-3, a bunch of the parental controls you might have been using just, poof, they vanish. But think about it. Is a 13-year-old really ready for fewer guardrails online? The risks don't just go away. In fact, they usually get a whole lot more complicated. The guide from Little Dopes has a great name for this. They call it the age 13 cliff. And it makes sense, right? This is when the games get more intense, peer pressure to get the latest virtual stuff skyrockets, and that desire to spend actual money on Robux can just go through the roof. And kind of ironically, that's the exact moment the platform steps back its oversight. So this is really the core problem for parents. Just when our kids are trying to figure out more complex social situations online, we lose some of our most important tools, like screen time limits and content filters. It just puts you in a really tough spot, trying to keep them safe with one hand tied behind your back. Now, this isn't just a gut feeling that parents have. There's some serious data out there that shows just how important our guidance is during these years. We've got research from big names like the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics, and they all confirm that staying involved is absolutely crucial. Let's take a quick look at the numbers. Take a look at this number, 50.4%. Yeah, that's over half. According to the CDC, that's how many U.S. teenagers are spending 4 or more hours a day on screens. And that's not including schoolwork. That's basically a part-time job, and it just goes to show how immersed they are in this digital world. The stakes are pretty high. And here's what that can lead to. That same CDC study found a really clear connection between all that screen time and mental health. For teens spending that much time online, roughly 1 in 4 reported symptoms of anxiety and depression. It's a pretty stark reminder that finding some balance isn't just a nice idea, it's essential. So what's the solution? Just ban everything? Well, no. The American Academy of Pediatrics is pretty clear they don't recommend that. Instead, they talk about creating a family media plan that's tailored to your kid. It's all about finding that balance that works for your family. And that's exactly what we're going to help you do right now. All right, so let's get our hands dirty. How do we actually build that plan inside Roblox? In this next part, we are going to walk through the exact settings you need to know about to make Roblox a safer space for your kid. First things first, you have to link your account to your child's. It's easy. Make your own free parent account, then pop into your kid's profile, find the parental controls, and add your email. This one little step is the key that unlocks everything else we're about to talk about. Okay, once you're linked up, your first stop should be content restrictions. See, every game or experience on Roblox has an age rating. The Little Dopes guide is really clear on this one. For any kid under 13, set this to mild. That's going to automatically filter out games that might have more mature or intense stuff. Next up, and this one is super important, let's lock down the chat. There's in-game public chat, and then there's private messaging. To really shut the door on any potential contact with strangers, the safest bet is to turn off direct chat completely, set it to no one, and then limit the in-game chat to friends only. And now, Robux. All the constant pressure to spend money, right? The absolute best tip here is to use prepaid gift cards instead of ever linking your credit card. That way, there's a hard limit. You should also turn on the monthly spending cap and switch on notifications so there are 0 surprises on your bank statement. Okay, there are a few other quick settings to button up. You can set daily screen time limits, but here's a little heads up from the Little Dopes guide. The way Roblox resets the clock every 24 hours is kind of confusing, and honestly, it can cause some arguments. So your best bet is to also make sure you limit who can see your kid online, who they can trade with, and who can invite them to parties. And if you're ever in doubt, just choose friends only or connections only. Okay. So you've set all the controls, you've locked everything down, you're all good, right? Well, not quite. There is a huge limitation in the system that every single parent really needs to know about. Because even with every single setting perfectly configured, there is a giant loophole that could still leave your child vulnerable. And it all comes down to who they're actually friends with on the platform. Roblox calls friends connections. And here it is, the critical blind spot. You can restrict chat and parties to connections only, but you have absolutely no way to check who those connections are. You can't see their real name, you can't see their age, you can't see where they live.
This is the front door to your child's social world on Roblox, and it's basically invisible to parents.
So why would a blind spot that big even exist? Well, to get that, you kind of have to look at what the platform's goals are. And spoiler alert, they don't always line up with the parents' goals. The author of the Little Dope's Guide really nails it with this quote. The controls feel like they were designed to check a box to look responsible, but they stop just short of being truly effective where it counts, probably because that would get in the way of what the platform really wants. And this table just lays that conflict out perfectly. As a parent, you're focused on safety, balance, maybe getting your kid to sleep at a reasonable hour. But the platform, it's built to maximize engagement, connection, and of course, spending. Those goals are often fighting each other, and that's the tension we're all stuck in. So, if the settings aren't a perfect fix, what is? Well, this brings us to the most important part of this whole guide, your real safety plan, the one that goes way beyond just clicking a few buttons in a menu. Here are your power moves. First, set these controls early on and make it a weekly habit to just check in on them. Have your kid play in the living room or kitchen, somewhere you can just kind of be around. And this is huge. Regularly sit down with them and go through their connections list. And now for the real game-changer tip from the guide. To keep those stronger under 13 controls even after their birthday, you can just adjust their age in the settings. It's a tiny tweak that makes a massive difference. At the end of the day, the tools inside Roblox are just that. They're tools. They are not a replacement for being an involved parent. Look, Roblox can be an amazing, creative, social place, but it really only works when we, as parents, stay plugged in to what our kids are doing in their digital lives. Remember, you are the best and most effective tool for your child's safety online. For a much deeper dive on this and a lot of other great research-backed parenting guides, make sure you visit the source for today's explainer, littledopes.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and stay involved.